Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on our BS, and we are here with a new camera. As you guys can see, I've got the hookup. Thank you, Sean from Cali Dirt Videos. Guy's an absolute menace with new stuff that's coming out all the time, and he's also been helping me along with his YouTube journey. So grateful for you, Sean. Thank you so much for hooking me up with this camera. And yeah, I think it's pretty badass. So first lap of qualifying, here's just for the warm-up, and I'm just going to let you guys enjoy it and listen to it. Man, that's sick. All right, here we go, heat race time. We got the helmet camera on again because Jimmy said no GoPros, but wow. I mean, you guys kind of get to experience what it's like behind the helmet. Dude, this stuff's crazy. This heat race kind of perfectly executed this camera and what I get to see. On that start, I tried to go around the outside because I saw Gordon do it, and I was like, hey, why can't I do it? But Kyle right in front of me got a little squirrely, and yeah, I had to take evasive action and had to pull a tear off at the same time, and that's just a little inlet in between what actually goes on behind the visor. It's crazy, dude. We're getting pelted with mud, and I'm trying to combat everything that's going on. I'm trying to throw bombs like this, just wide open, barely cracking the thing. It's insanity. We're modern-day cowboys riding a steel bull. Like, that's pretty much how I'd like to equate it. You guys ever heard Bon Jovi? Wanted Dead or Alive? Yeah, that song's about sprint car racing. Here we go. Grant throws the massive chop out, and I crack the throttle, instantly get back on the gas when I know I'm on the outside of his front bumper just to gain more momentum than him. And I knew he was going to probably go to the top because he felt safe. And no, I'm just going to throw another piss missile because I got to salvage up as many spots as possible after qualifying. We went quick time, but we were 4 pounds light at scales, so didn't really matter. But now we're kind of just trying to run wherever anyone else isn't, because I mean, I'm not going to really reel in DJ by following in his dirty air and making the same mistakes that he is. So I'm cheating the corner a little bit, staying wide open, barely cracking the throttle, and then there's a little grit patch right here, right through the middle, and I'm trying just to bomb it and then get as close to the wall and carry as much speed down the front stretch as possible. And here I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm just kind of trying to create momentum in a different line. I like to cheat corners. I feel like that's where I excel. In the main event, I wish I would have had a GoPro Jimmy. But now you guys get to see what I was seeing at the later stages of this heat race. You guys can see some water spots forming and a bunch of tear-offs. You can see me yank a tear-off like 3 or 4 times, and that's because I was yanking them so much that I burned through 12 of them in this heat race, and my last 2 are on the opposite side, so I finally get it figured out right here, yank it, boom, and then my visor instantly goes water spotted again because the radiator's leaking all over me, and I'm not even gonna lie, dude, I'm being a little pansy. I think it's fuel. So in my head, I'm like, dude, this is the worst case scenario. I'm getting misted with fuel. It's over my whole entire body. I'm going to ignite into flames like Donnie Schatz in 2004. So I've caught on fire before, and I kind of know the procedures. So even though I'm a hot mess inside of my head right now, I know just, hey, turn off the switch and then do the fuel and then take it out of gear. And yeah, we'll attack it from there. But yep, that's why I kind of lost speed. Well, Jimmy's over there fixing the disaster that I created. Went quick time. We're light at scales, 4 pounds. For all the weekend warriors start atting us. It's only 4 pounds, but didn't mean nothing by weekend warriors. Now I said that feels kind of mean. But heat race started 7th. Got up to the front and 3rd, and I felt like I was charging with DJ and the rest of them, but water started spraying all over me, so I was being a pussy. Jimmy said no GoPros on the car, and we were 4 pounds light. I bet my couple of GoPros would have made us way right, Jimmy. So maybe we can get GoPros on the car tomorrow. We'll see you guys. There you go. Go for it.
Okay. What's your favorite color? Fuck, I don't know. Blue and orange because I'm in Ryan's car tonight.
Great. Who's your favorite superhero?
These aren't even race car questions.
No, they're not, because you gave me 30 seconds to prepare. Favorite superhero?
Deadpool.
Good answer. If you were on death row and you have your choice of last meal, what would it be?
Tyler. Or McDonald's, number 7.
Okay. What's your McDonald's order?
Number 7, every time. These are supposed to be racing questions. I thought you were going to interview me about the race.
How did you do tonight?
We did all right. I did my job in qualifying, but Tyler didn't do his job. He forgot to put fuel in it, so we were light at scales. And then from there, in the heat race, we went 7th to 3rd, which was really cool. And then in the feature, we went 12th to 4th or 5th. 5th was my highest. And then I thought I was going to be a cool guy on the restart and missed the bottom. And then from there, I got freight trained by a bunch of cars, and I started pounding the top. And yeah, trying to drive around Andy's right rear every time entering 3, which wouldn't have been cool if he moved up like half of the car. But we carried speed, and he held his line and I held my line, and we actually ran each other really clean and hard, and we ended up coming home 6th. It's a really good run, but still a little disappointed in myself.
Are you going to be here tomorrow?
No, we're
Why
going non-wing racing because Jimmy made the deal that if I ran Friday here, we got to go Saturday and run current. So we got to go run non-wing, and we're going to test my skills from bouncing back and forth. Oh no, I did do that a couple weekends ago. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
When are you racing number 3?
Next weekend to Larry.
Oh, nice.
Unless Jimmy wants me to run the 73, which I'd love to do again.
Are you going to Trophy Cup?
Heck yeah. In the 3 for right now, unless Jimmy asks me.
Okay, awesome.
Then we'll see.
Friday wings are on the car, Saturday wings are off the car. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for trusting me and both your beautiful bullets. But Kern, you got a grip on me when it's juiced up like this, and especially around the bottom. I felt like I kind of did all right in 1 and 2. I can attack the berm a lot more. That's where my hesitancy comes from. Entering 3 one time, I clipped the berm and sent it absolutely massive into the turn 4 fence. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said that doesn't live in my head a little bit rent-free, and that's why I don't really attack the berm as much on entry onto either corner, and I feel like that's also why I don't just throw my nuts over my shoulder and drive it into 3 as hard as I possibly can. So yeah, that kind of hurt me in qualifying. We were 4th overall, but still 3rd in our group, and that's not where I want to be. I want to be quick time in Jimmy's stuff. Jimmy gives me an excellent hot rod, and it deserves to be up in the front for every single step of the way. So I was a little disappointed with myself, but, you know, that's the name of the game sometimes. And as long as you focus on what you can do better and not focusing on what you can't control, you're going to prosper in the very end. But now it's time for the heat race. We're in the... If you want to see me in person, I'll tell you what this spot's called, but this spot sucks because I qualified all right, but now I'm in a position where I got to win this heat race. And so is Austin Williams, and I feel like he's good, but, you know, he's just like the rest of us. He makes mistakes, and nobody's perfect in this game, and you just got to be better than the rest of them. So I figured I'm running the bottom these first couple laps because I had Bauer on the outside of me, trying to just attack it as much as I possibly can. And when Bauer drove around me, I was like, hey, it's time to get up to the top. So we throw a slider on Whitley, get him cleared, kind of blow it over the curb. So in my head, I know, like, hey, the curb is not strong. I can't ball it off in there. So we were a little hesitant into 3, but the cut down line was pretty insane. And, ooh, just squeeze a 3 wide. Man, dude, that raised the hair up on my arms a little bit. I'm not even going to lie. But now we got some momentum around Bauer. That slider was never going to work because you can always generate more momentum up on the top, especially if you're chopping someone's snout. So now I'm kind of in a hunt down mode. I'm the predator and Austin's the prey, and we're just going to try and send it in there harder and harder each lap. You can see I'm kind of blowing it over the curb. The car's a little skatey, so I'm trying to mitigate that. And I know that, and 3 and 4 is also my worst enemy, so I'm trying to do the big cut down line and get as much speed down the back stretch as possible, or the front stretch, my bad, and then kind of just use that momentum to push me around the whole rest of the track and generate more speed than everyone. But you can kind of see Bauer's nose, I believe, creep in under me. Yeah, right here. So mental note for the next time we go into 3, hey, buddy, that's not the fastest line doing the cut down. Bauer can make more speed on entry, and one of these times he's going to snooker us, and that's only going to make us start farther back. So now we change up our line. We're going to the bottom in 3 and 4. I feel like after the main event, I can definitely have a little bit more confidence and haul it in there a little bit harder. So, I mean, each lap I take around this place, I'm gaining more confidence. Jimmy gave me a very comfortable race car, things I hate in a non-wing car, picking up the left rear, and as you guys can see, I'm not doing that really at all. And yeah, the car's just a rocket ship, and we came home second in that heat race. But now, fast forward into the main event. We sat here and waited for about 15 minutes. We were waiting for officials to get in their correct spots, but shout out Logan. Yeah, hang loose, buddy. All right. We started 7th, but on the first start, Wakeham got a little ignorant, slid and just slid a little too hard and put it in the fence, so then we got to jump up a row on the next restart. But we were in 3rd on the first start, and we're in 3rd on this second start. So both starts were really good. I knew that I just needed to hit the bottom, because the struggle with non-wing and the struggle with here is if you drive it into 1 and 2 just a little too hard, just like Jake did right there, you miss the bottom, and Jake's a good race car driver, so he knows, like, he missed the bottom. He was going to go to the bottom, I believe, but he missed it, and yeah, you just got to commit and slide all the way up to the top at that point, because you're just going to be hanging out in no man's land. Now, I know that the guys in front of me are running the top, so I might as well just pick my poison and run where they're not. I'm big on running where people aren't. And yeah, so the bottom at 3 and 4, in my head, I know the bottom's not the fastest. It was actually really competitive, as you guys will see later in the video, but I didn't think that's where I was going to win the race. Damn, good move, Jake. Jake and I, we were throwing some hands in this, dude. That's pretty sick. We were getting pretty active, racing really close with my buddy. Lots of respect. I love racing with you, Jake, dude. That was freaking sick. This whole entire feature, foreshadowing for the rest of the main event. But we pick his pocket on the bottom. And now, like I said, I wish I actually would have ran the bottom right there, because sliding kills so much speed, and I picked Jake's pocket on the bottom, so now Jake's going to pick my pocket on the bottom here coming up. I thought it was right there, but we're still trying to make the bottom work, because we're not going to pass Austin by following him, and if he makes a mistake, then I'm liable to make a mistake. And yet again, we kind of throw this faint slider again. In my head, right then and there, I was trying to more or less psych out Austin. I knew that if I showed him a nose and gave him a little bit of pressure, he was going to be more apt to make a mistake, especially because I feel like he knew that I started 7th, and I knew that he started 2nd. So I felt like him seeing my nose was going to give him a little bit of, I don't know, just disrupt his flow a little bit. It wasn't going to let him just, I feel like leading a race, you get to dictate the pace, and it's kind of up to your digression to what you want the pace to be set at. But if you see someone creeping a nose underneath you, especially Caleb in the black JFM car, you're going to start thinking. And here's Jake. Jake held tough to the bottom and, yeah, kind of stuck it out, and it's really paying off for him. He was sticking the bottom like a mofo, but like I said, I had a feeling the top was going to be the fastest. I thought that the guys behind me were going to be running the bottom, and it was just going to go away in a matter of time. I was wrong. I feel like maybe most guys were mixed up in the back, and they were kind of all over the place, because the track was dead even. I felt really strong up on the top, but right now, what's weird is that it may seem like Austin's pretty far in front of me and I have clear visibility, but just having that car in front of you kind of dictates your entry just a little bit, because you don't have clean air. Like clean air, people talk about in the wing car. Yes, it actually matters because of the air, but I feel like clean air, the big thing is just not being able to see open in front of you. So I picked Austin's pocket right there. He got a little messed up in 3 and 4, had nowhere near as much momentum as I did. And yeah, I'm just trying to right front it into the corner and kind of slot car it, whereas he was trying to back it in there and gain speed. I didn't think that was the way to run it. Jimmy kind of gave me a couple options on how to run the track before the feature, and I just kept that in my back pocket, and it really paid off. Jimmy gave me confidence where I needed it. And yeah, I feel like he really helped me learn how to drive this place whenever it's slick around a curb like that. Here we are, last restart. We had a restart before this, but there was a red right off the rip, and we did the same thing. I knew Jake was going to go to the bottom, so there's no sense in blocking a slider. Austin tried, but I knew if I got a good enough restart, he couldn't haul it off in there to where he wanted to, because he was going to clip Jake's rear bumper. So, and at that point, past me, I probably would have blocked a slider into 3 and 4, but now racing just so much. Austin threw a slider. His momentum's done. I ran the top. I now have no threats from behind. Now all I got to focus on is just applying pressure to Jake. He knows I'm up here, and I know that he's down there, but he's kind of at the mercy of whatever I choose to do right now, because you guys know if you run sprint cars, he can hear me. You guys can definitely hear it, because he is idling the thing around the bottom right now. It is ice slick, and I'm kind of up on the pipe, but not really as compared to like qualifying, so to speak. I'm kind of just it feels like I'm cruising. Like, especially from running a wing 410 all this time, I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm trying to keep those lap times within a couple tenths. Jake lane changes. He's at the mercy of me, so I change lanes. I know that you can enter wide into 3 and 4, and once I saw his car drift up, I knew he was changing his lanes, so now it was time to get active. The elbows are out, and it's time to put him behind me and kind of check out. So Jake blocks the slider, really good move, but I hit the exit on the bottom. I feel like I throw a slide. Yeah, I feel like it would have sealed the deal if I would have ran the bottom right there earlier than not, but I wanted to get back up to the top, and yeah, I saw Jake's nose because he was running the bottom right there, and I feel like he knew I was going to kind of slide myself. I played my parts wrong right there. I should have ran the bottom in 3 and 4, and I should have just went right back up to the top. And if he threw a slider, you could try and cross it over, but 9 times out of 10, I feel like it's just better to drive around it and keep your momentum up, and then at that point, the game's over. But we kind of have it cleared now, and here we are. We jump forward a couple laps to some lap traffic and a little bit of sketchiness. I'm trying to push the envelope every lap in 3 and 4, and whack! Yeah. Sorry, Billy got a little active right there, so I had to pause it and tell her shh. But yeah, I'm getting higher and higher coming off of 4 because there's grip all along the wall. And I'm trying to pick my points right now. I know that my car's good and stable, but there's more grip all the way up against the wall on the backstretch. And there's also a lot of grip where we come onto the track. If you look right there, right where the exit wall is, there's a lot of grip right there. And you kind of have to flirt with that exit wall a little bit. Not hit it, but just get your right rear right up against it and hit that grip so you can just propel a little bit more down the backstretch. And I felt like those two things right there were what won me the race, and noticing where the top was faster is finding that grip on both straightaways, because it's gut slick right now. There is nothing anywhere around the top, and it's just momentum. And if you can increase that ball out on the string and keep that ball going faster and faster and faster each lap, it's going to be hard for the guys who are running the bottom trying to do the same thing as me. See right there, I'm trying to get all the way up on the backstretch and then arc it down. I chose to run the bottom right here because I feel like make them go the long way. Don't even give them the option to throw the slider. Yeah, so I chose the bottom on the last start. I don't know if that would have been the move if Jake was on my ass. He could have pounded the top around me. But you know what? That's not how the cards were dealt. And yeah, I'm really thankful for Jimmy giving me the opportunity this weekend. It was badass. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all the views and everything that you guys are giving me. I'm just pumping out these videos, and it really helps me, I feel like, race too, because I get to kind of decompress and watch this and talk it over and just feel it out. I was really excited with this win. This was probably up there with my race for Chase win. I knew kind of going into it, I was down on myself after qualifying. I was not very impressed with myself after the heat race, but Jimmy believed in me every step of the way. And yeah, that's all I can ask for in a guy who's setting up my car and giving me an opportunity to race his car. So thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Charlie. It was a beautiful weekend, and hopefully we get the opportunity to do it again and leave the GoPros on the car this time for qualifying in the wing race. See you guys on the next one, next Monday, 3:30.